Hi there. Hi. Welcome to this short video. I'm from McBoss Capital. My name is Michael Chu. So today we're going to talk about recognizing strength in a stock uptrend. You can contact me at support@mcbosscapital.com. So just a quick disclaimer, all materials shown are for informational purpose only. These are not investment recommendations. We are not registered investment professionals. Today we're going to focus on sharpening your skills. Generally, what you want to improve on is understanding what kind of stocks to buy, when to buy them, when to hold, and when to sell. Today we're going to be specifically talking about when to hold. Um, this is a passive short-term strategy. Recognizing strength in a stock uptrend. We're going to talk about first example here is a stock called Biotech. Biotech, uh, the, the chart that you'll be seeing is as of April 16, 2021. We're going to talk about riding the trend, the uptrend. And what we're going to be looking for is when there's a down day, we want to make sure the low is not lower than the previous day's low. And also, if it does go lower than the previous day's low, the volume is lighter. The next example we're going to look at is actually industry group as a whole. So the group consists of all the computer software security stocks. Um, and we're going to see, again, it's in an uptrend. So we want to ride it. Um, but again, we want to look for when there's a down day that the low does not undercut the previous day's low. Okay, so let me step into the chart here, and we're gonna talk about um, biotech. Biotech. For those who doesn't know about biotech, it is the vaccine maker for COVID-19. Um, uh, as you can see from this chart, this is a weekly chart. Um, it started rising early last year in 2020, and then there's a huge breakout here, very short term. You can see that from this breakout here, um, it made 115% really short, really fast, and it came back all the way down, right? So it is a very volatile stock. And then it built the second base, and then now we're in the third base here since that time, and you can see it's breaking out again. So in the short term, what I want to show you is in this base we see the almost similar to an Elliott wave, the 5 wave, and now it's gonna break out, right? As it breaks out, so during this uptrend, we want to look at how does it act, when is there weakness, right? So when it drops, obviously we want to check number one, did it undercut the previous low, and it did, right? It did here. So we then look at the volume down here, and you can see the red bar, which is the down day, is a lower volume than the previous day, right? So that's a good sign because, the basically saying that people are less likely to sell. They didn't sell their stock as much as the day that people bought it. So not as many people did that. So that's a good sign. The next one is here, the next down day, and you can see here um, uh, it really didn't undercut the previous day's low, right? So if you look at the number here, the previous day low was 114.72, and this one, hold on, it's just a little bit hard to catch on to this right day, and here we can see it is the low is 118. So it's definitely higher, and you can see from the chart as well. So that's a good sign. So as you can see, the uptrend continues really strong, especially the last 2 days. So um, again, today's session not focused on the buy points or when to buy, but if you did, let's just say the most conservative way of buying is through the trend line here based on the highs in the base here. So during this consolidation, you draw a line across the highs. Let's say that's somewhere around here you bought. So now it's in an uptrend. So you want to look for weakness, right? Just in case, obviously not every time you buy on a breakout that it will work. And so in this case, there's already 2 down days and it seems to be working. So now the question is, how far will this go? It's already 16% from this previous high, so it's going up pretty fast. Again, we would expect some sort of, pullback here after this 2 days. Who knows? But it will come, and when it come, we're going to look for again the same idea: is what kind of weakness is it going to have, right? So we look for the down days and just follow the same rules. Um, so next we're going to look at computer software security group. This group is showing strength as well. It's like showing an uptrend. So the Elliott wave here is a little bit less harder to see, but it does show the 5 waves again. And then now we have this uptrend, right? So and again, there's really this one has a much um, how do you say less less power in terms of the left side of the base, because you can see that if you were to draw a trend line, it is definitely a lot weaker. So if you were to draw all the highs, so this may be a buy point here, but it's quite low and it's still below the 50 days moving average. But again, if you were aggressive buyer, you probably can get in here, but there's many. Again, you can also wait until the 50-day line, which it crossed recently. But this is the group as a whole. So when you look at individual stock, they may look slightly different. But anyhow, we are above 50-day. But just to gauge how strong this uptrend is, again, we're gonna look at the volume here on those down days. And here is the first one. So maybe here you haven't bought in yet, or maybe you have, but if you did buy in, you may be checking. Okay, well here's a down day. Is this uptrend gonna work? Well, let's look at the lows, and this low is 5964, and the next day's low is 6,001, so it's higher. So again, it didn't undercut the previous low. Also check the volume, it's really really low. So again, it just shows people are willing to sell on that day, right? So now it powers up 4 days in a row. Now we see 2 down days recently in the last 3 days. Again, you can see clearly from the chart, it is not undercutting the previous day's low. And then even the most recent day, and if you check the lows again, we have 6542, and here we have sorry, here we have low as 6421, that's the low, and here we have low as 6423. So it's 2 points higher than the previous day's low. Again, now this volume did come in higher, but again, looking at that it didn't undercut previous low, that's a good sign, as well as if you notice, it also didn't close at the bottom of the range. So meaning, the buyers are willing to buy, even at not at the lows of the day. So that's also another good sign. So this trend most likely will continue. Again, we're not here to talk about buy points here, but but technically it does look like it is forming the right side of the base. And if you were to buy more conservatively, this would be the previous high here. Now, I'm not going to talk about the individual stocks, but just to give you a sense of where they're at. Like, we look at the market cap here based on the largest one. So for example, CrowdStrike, you can see the base is forming, and right now it is above 50-day line, just like the group chart, right? So you could buy when it goes above 50-day line, or you could buy, maybe it's going to build a nice handle here, uh, and that could be a new buy point. So depending, how aggressive you are as a buyer, you may be in or you may not be in. But right now, um, if you look at this example, there's more red days. So, but if you just look at the most recent red day, you can see um, it did come down, but the low didn't undercut, I believe. Let me see here. Low is 206.14. The next one is 207. So it's definitely a lot still higher. And also you look at the volume, just people are reluctant to sell as you can see based on the volume. So this is a good sign here that this stock most likely will go higher. So I'm not going to go into detail on every stock, but just look at a couple more. Again, they're all following the same pattern as the whole group, which is they're slightly above 50-day line, and they look like they're, again, you can see the volume is lower. Again, the low here is 365.18, and here is 365.21. So just barely above it, but still, again, this is a good sign. Let's look at one more. This one is again also slightly above 50-day line. It is again, you have the same, you can see it shot up here in the last few days, and then it went down, didn't undercut the previous day's low, and basically that signified a trend, right, going upward. And same thing in the most recent day, and notice where it closed. These are considered strength. um, I'll just do one more. I believe this one, Fortinet, has a slightly different pattern. As you can see, it's been on an uptrend for a while now, and it seems to be accelerating as you see the moving averages are curving upward. Obviously, we did have a pullback here. So depending when you own the stock, you may have been shaken out, or maybe you have been, you got back in, or maybe you sold some of it here. But let's look at the most recent days here. So here, this is a down day. Notice how it went up to a new high, but then it didn't undercut the previous day low as it come back down. So obviously the trend remained intact, right? So obviously this is more extended, but in terms of buy point, but it's just trying to show you, teach you about identifying weakness in an uptrend. So those are things to remember. Um, so thank you for watching this short video. Subscribe to this YouTube channel. Give us thumbs up on this video if you like it. You can contact us at support@mcbosscapital.com. If you have questions, you want to share your thoughts or comments, need help analyzing specific stock in the future, and we do provide educational and research service. So send us a note if you need help. Uh, Thank you very much for watching this video.